Lions RAYAN CHERKI agrees personal terms with Man City as Pep Guardiola closes in on Kevin De Bruyne's successor. Lions RAYAN CHERKI has reportedly agreed to personal terms with Manchester City as Pep Guardiola closes in on Kevin De Bruyne's successor. What happened? According to Fabrizio Romano, the 21-year-old is now expected to complete a move to the Etihad Stadium as part of Guardiola's strategic rebuild following a disappointing 2024-25 campaign. Talks between the two clubs reportedly began over the weekend and have progressed swiftly. Negotiations have reached the final stages, with a formal offer from City expected within hours following the successful agreement on personal terms. The bigger picture: Cherki reportedly has a release clause in his Lion contract worth approximately £25 million, $34 million. City are expected to activate that clause imminently in order to bring the creative midfielder into their ranks. The Premier League champions endured a rare trophyless season, finishing third in the league and falling to a shock defeat against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup final. With long-serving midfield maestro De Bruyne set to exit the club this summer, Guardiola is determined to reshape the core of his squad, and Cherki is being positioned as the Belgian's natural successor. Did you know? City have already agreed a deal worth £59 million, $80 million with AC Milan for Tijani Reinders, who was named Serie A's Midfielder of the Year. The Dutch midfielder's arrival, along with the imminent capture of Cherki, signals a clear intention from Guardiola to refresh his midfield options after an underwhelming campaign. What next for Manchester City? While midfield is receiving the most immediate attention, Guardiola is also plotting changes in the fullback department. Veteran right-back Kyle Walker is set to leave the club permanently, prompting the City boss to consider younger alternatives. Newcastle's Tino Livramento is understood to be high on City's list, though the complexity of any potential deal could delay progress. In contrast, City appear closer to completing a move for Wolves left-back Rayan Cheerki, who has impressed Guardiola. Not a bad backup. Man City's transfer alternative to RAYAN CHERKI revealed as Pep Guardiola continues rebuild. Manchester City have identified Xavi Simons as a potential alternative to RAYAN CHERKI if they do not reach an agreement to sign the Lion ace. What happened? Per L'Equipe, City views Simons as a backup option to Cherki as they continue negotiations to sign the Lion playmaker. The RB Leipzig star is expected to move on this summer after his current employers failed to qualify for the Champions League, and he has been shortlisted in case the Manchester club do not manage to secure Cherki's signature. City aims to sign a replacement for De Bruyne, and Cherki has agreed personal terms with the club. A bid is expected soon with a £25 million release clause. Did you know? Simons only moved to Leipzig permanently in January, but their failure to qualify for the Champions League has left the door ajar to an exit. He has also been linked with Manchester United, while Arsenal are said to be interested too. What next? City will hope to reach an agreement with Cherki in the coming days. If they are unable to do so, they may well turn their attention to Simons instead. Talks between Manchester City and Lion over the transfer of RAYAN CHERKI are progressing well, but a deadline has been set on the deal, with Liverpool interested. City are in the midst of a squad revamp after Pep Guardiola's side failed to retain the Premier League title last season, finishing third in the table. Arne Slot's side secured top spot with 4 games remaining and ended the campaign 30 points clear of the Sky Blues. It has already been confirmed that Kevin De Bruyne will be leaving Man City this summer, with Jack Grealish and Ederson also rumored to be in line for a departure to make room for a host of incomings. Deadline set for Cherki to Man City deal. As Guardiola looks to build a squad that can challenge Liverpool next season, the citizens have already identified a number of targets who they want to bring to the Etihad. Cherki is one of those who City are interested in, and it is thought that the winger could be a replacement for Grealish, who is set to leave this summer. The 21-year-old Frenchman scored 8 goals and picked up 11 assists in League One last season, as he helped Lions secure a Europa League spot. According to football reporter Ben Jacobs, Cherki has already agreed to move to City, but with no release clause in his contract, Lion want £30 million plus for the young talent. Jacobs added that City ideally would like to sign the attacker in time for the Club World Cup, and with talks progressing well, an agreement between the clubs could be reached in the coming days. Liverpool try and hijack Cherki deal. Football Insider verdict. Despite positive movement on talks between City and Lion, Liverpool are also interested in acquiring the services of Cherki. It was revealed over the past few days Slot had met with the winger in an attempt to convince him to move to Anfield, rather than the Etihad. City and Liverpool both wanted Florian Wirtz earlier in the transfer window, after the 22-year-old impressed last season in the Bundesliga. The Leverkusen midfielder opted against joining Guardiola's side, rejecting Bayern Munich as well in favor of joining the Premier League champions. Man City will hope that history doesn't repeat itself and that they can secure Cherki's signature sometime over the next few days. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.